argument, and I'm dismissing it. Stephen A., very good and excellent, I think, an excellent, illuminating, and subtle distinction you made. But again, the argument fails because, no, they cannot. I'm saying they don't have the ability to get to the finals with this little shooting. Because the bottom line is, Ben Dietrich pointed it out on Twitter the other day. One of the things Daryl Morey's doing in Philly is, like Seth Curry and Dwight Howard. And at first it does a Danny Green. And at first it doesn't look like, what do these players have in common? You know what they have in common? They're all very efficient scorers. Mm-hmm. Some from three, some from the paint, but they're efficient scorers. That is not what Golden State has. There's more than one way to score efficiently. But Golden State, to me, does not look like an efficient scoring team. So if you're not going to be shooting the three very well, and other teams are counting by threes nowadays, then, boy, you better have efficiency everywhere you look. That's not what I see. I don't see Wiggins as the most efficient scorer or Oubre. These are guys going to getting 30-plus minutes a game. So where does the efficiency come from? They don't have a shot at the finals.
I have a quick statement. And then I'll give it to you in the form of a question. My statement is the other guys are going to have open shots because everybody's worried about where the hell Steph Curry is. That's number one. We know he can have that kind of effect. Number two, just a question. Because, again, we got the Lakers going to the finals. I got the Clippers as a threat. You got Dallas, if I remember correctly, okay, as the number one threat to the Lakers. But I ask you this question, Max Kellerman. Looking at this present Warriors roster, how would you compare that to Denver? Jamal Murray can shoot the three. Jokic can make things happen. But the parts around them were scorers or guys with scoring ability, but not necessarily three-point shooters, and they made it all the way to the conference finals. So I ask you, look at this Warriors roster. Look at Denver's roster from last season. Tell me what you see.
Okay. I would say, it's a good point, Portis can shoot. And a lot of the reason people liked Denver was because of the ascension of a third guy who could really score. And he could shoot from the outside.
Porter.
Jokic is a beast.
You said Porter, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It sounded like you said Portis. Yeah. Like if Bobby would say Porter. Okay, go ahead.
I may have. I meant Porter Jr. You know what I meant. Jokic is a beast. He was an MVP caliber point center who could bring the ball up the floor, just abuse dudes like Montrezl Harrell in the paint, and shoot from the outside. Like Jokic, there's no Jokic on the Warriors. By the way, you put Jokic on the Warriors, we have another conversation, right? Jamal Murray can shoot from the outside. I get it. He could do some of the stuff Steph can do. There ain't no Jokic on the Warriors. And Draymond Green, you're right, he shot 38% because Steph creates extra space from how far away he shoots. Rotations are slower to get over. There's more distance to travel. Then how come right. With Steph and Klay, Dre has shot under 30% from three the last 2 years? They just don't shoot the ball, Stephen. They got to make a move for shooting or they're dead.
That's Dre. My only response to that is I think Wiseman is going to help free Draymond up because he doesn't have to have so many obligations on the defensive end of the floor. Oubre with Andrew Wiggins is going to score from the interior, meaning not the interior, but inside the three-point line more so than the outside. And I think Steph's potency beyond the arc is almost